Well, good evening, everybody, and greetings from Seattle. It gives me great pleasure on behalf of our captain, President Lee Moak, to have the distinct honor and privilege of presenting the 2013 ALPA Annual Air Safety Award to a very, very deserving recipient, Captain Mike Bender here from FedEx Express. Also joining me to help with the presentation is his NBC chairman, Captain Scott Stratton from FedEx Express. So a little bit about Mike. One of the things that distinguishes ALPA is that we have a tremendously talented cadre of safety volunteers, and Mike is certainly emblematic of that group of individuals. Mike's commitment to safety goes much further back than ALPA, though, because I actually had the privilege of meeting him back in the Navy when we were both EA-6 Prowler pilots based up at Whidbey Island. Before that, Mike had gone to school at Embry-Riddle and also University of Missouri, where he had a focus on safety, which took him all the way through the military, in through the Naval Aviation Safety School, and then on to various volunteer positions with ALPA. Most notably, Mike was involved in the Accident Investigation Board, and he eventually took over the board running it in 2008 until fairly recently. Some notable things that Mike has done in the way of accident investigation, especially under Accident Analysis and Prevention Group, was back in 1999, he was called to observe a brake teardown in Toulouse after a FedEx flight had departed the runway Manila in the Philippines. About a decade later, he actually led the ALPA accident investigation team, looking into the fatality accident involving FedEx 80 in Narita, Japan. And most recently, I had the privilege of really seeing Mike's incredible experience and expertise as he guided a very, very traumatized group of Asiana pilots through the aftermath of the Asiana 214 accident as a consultant on behalf of ALPA and also ALPA. Mike's accomplishments speak for themselves. His commitment to his fellow pilots is peerless, and I think that, again, I cannot think of a more worthy recipient for the 2013 award. Here to say a couple words about Mike also is Scott Stratton, so I'm going to turn it over to you, Scott.
Thanks, Sean, and good evening. I think in addition to the excellence that Sean highlighted about Mike, is at FedEx he was also one of the architects of our safety programs, including LOSA, ASAP, FOQA. The reason was simple. We're new to ALPA and we were new to some of these programs, so we didn't have that integrated cooperative programs that many took for granted. And Mike was there to help throughout this process. I think it's fair to say that I speak for all FedEx pilots when I say that I'm in awe of the commitment Mike has shown to safety, to the commitment Mike has shown to the FedEx pilots and to all ALPA pilots. And I'm honored to be here today to represent FedEx ALPA in this very deserved and important award.
Well, now comes the really fun part, and in order to help us with the honors, I'd like to invite Mike's wife, Susie, to come up and actually bring the award with us so we can present it to Mike. So, on behalf of the Airline Pilots Association International, it's my pleasure to present the 2013 Air Safety Award to Captain Michael Bender, FedEx Express, for your significant contributions to flight safety while representing the interest of airline pilots worldwide, with special recognition of your diligence and hard work in the area of accident investigation and prevention. Presented this evening, August 7th, 2014, on behalf of Captain Lee Moak. Congratulations. Well done.
Thanks, Sean.
Okay, now Mike would like to have the opportunity to say a couple words, so we're going to have our seats, and the floor is yours, Mike.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. First of all, I'd really like to be there with you instead of here on video. I really miss the group gathering. It's always fun to see a bunch of professionals and hang out and just occasionally have a cold beer with them. Not that I drink, except when I'm alone or with people. But this award is certainly not something that I expected. It's a humbler, and it's obviously quite an honor. And no one goes into this business to get an honor. They do it because they have dedication, want to help, do something for everybody else. In this case, for me, it's truly for the people who know me, they'll know this isn't very often the case. I was almost speechless. I had to work really hard to find something that I could say that would even come close to how I felt about it. Thanks to everybody. And of course, an award like this is never for just one person. You can recognize one person, but there's always plenty of people behind the scenes that have been absolutely integral to any kind of a recognition that comes to any one individual. There's a lot of shoulders that have provided me some support, or a lot of support throughout these many years of working with both the MEC and at National. And I got to mention at least just a few of them, interspersed with some remarks about how they've done stuff for me or with me. First and foremost, you saw my lovely bride of 33 plus years now. Susie, you've been my rock. She's the self-appointed keeper of my things. And with that in mind, I've been able to go run off and do this ALPA work without worrying about the situations at home, because I know they're in good hands. For our many years in the Navy together, and now my time as an airline pilot, I've never had to worry about what was going on at home. Susie's always been there to take care of it. Thanks, my love. And my fellow safety volunteers, for a large part of this group out in front of us. It's been incredible working with you all. Each and every one of you has shared knowledge and experience, and for those who haven't done this kind of work before, if you can't learn something from this group, this group of individuals, you got to be thick as a stone. There's so much to learn from so many people out there that it's incredible. Captain Moak, if I can be so bold, looking into the camera, and unfortunately not at you, sir, never forget, or please don't take this as a command, this group is an incredibly dedicated group. They're used to living with frustration. Safety is nothing but frustration a lot of the time we're doing work. Whether you're working with DGs, ALPA, any of the safety efforts you're trying to deal with, just dealing with your own parent company is nothing but frustration, because you're going to have to try and prove to them that if they spend $1 on safety, it's going to be worth more than $1 to them on the bottom line. That's a tough job for anybody to deal with on a day-to-day basis. And these guys just keep coming back for more all the time. So Captain Moak, please take their inputs. They're going to be some of your best assets day to day, and use them as that. I know you already know that, but I had to say it. For our professional staff, the ENAS, for those of you who haven't worked closely with the ENAS staff here in DC, you have a special treat in store for you. They're an incredible group of people that have an in-depth knowledge. They're our collective brain in long-term, short-term. They know the people, they know the assets, they know the game. They're involved in big stuff, as of course accident investigation is near and dear to my heart, all the way down to some obscure working groups in the U.S. and Canada, and even at the ICAO and ALPA level. And if you need to know something, there's somebody in the ENAS staff, the professional staff, that can get you an answer, and usually without a lot of time and effort and research, because they know the stuff. And while I'm talking about the staff, I have to mention the admin staff. A perfect example of the day-to-day effort that behind-the-scenes folks do is this conference that we're wrapping up right now, and that we've done many, many years for ALPA to get all of us together. It's evolved over the times I've been coming. We've changed the safety structure a bit, so on and off. But the staff continues to produce, the admin staff continues to produce an incredible product behind the scenes, and until you get to know some of those folks, you won't appreciate how much work goes into something like this. And they do it on a day-to-day basis for everything we do. If you get a chance, and Sean, if you get a chance later, or if you haven't already done it, a round of applause. I think if you could lead a round of applause for the admin staff, that would be a wonderful thing to do.
About right now.
It sounds good to me. And Scott, can't forget the local, the MEC, and that's for you, your predecessors, and our support staff at FedEx. It's just an incredible group. You've supported me, you guys, the executive officers, both past and present, have been incredibly supportive of everything I've tried to do over these years. We haven't always agreed, of course, and that's normal, but it's been incredibly gratifying. The MEC has stepped in sometimes when National wasn't able to for one reason or another, provided support, both financial and moral, and it's just it's been incredible to be part of the FedEx ALPA MEC structure as one of the committee chairs. And one last acknowledgement to the international leadership. Thanks a lot for bringing this possibility of me to address the group. Of course, you got to realize that the people out there in the audience that I'm visualizing and missing probably would just as soon not watch some doofus on a video giving us a little speech. But because at the end of this, there is the bar to open to close out the whole event. And believe me, I'd rather be there than watching me anyway, so I can imagine. But here we are. To my fellow awardees, congratulations on your selection. It's incredible to be lumped in with such quality volunteers. And working for our fellow pilots it offers an incredible bond. And looking at the efforts from the other various groups that are being represented up here tonight, it makes me very, very proud to be a small part of the effort we're putting in for our professional aviators. Makes our lives better all the way around. Okay, everyone. As I mentioned, watching a video of some doofus on a stage is probably not the best way to spend your evening, so I'll wrap this up. I really did want to be there with you, but the situation didn't work out. I brought home one of my now favorite phrases: if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. I'm proud to have been a part of this ALPA effort for these last 15, 17 years or so. It's been being an ALPA safety volunteer has been fun. It's been rewarding. It's been frustrating, but it's been completely, absolutely, positively worth doing. Good night.
Well, Mike, they're not looking at a doofus. They're looking at a leader. So,
thank you.
And on behalf of the folks here in Seattle, again, congratulations to a very deserving recipient, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thanks.